couple minutes. Yes, I'm gonna get to that. I didn't expect him to announce it day of, but yes, that is the match. It is being announced. The news sites are picking up Paul Burchill's return to the ring, and we'll discuss that. Get a couple more people in here. But yes, it seems like everything in the world of developmentally speaking is skyrocketing. Paul Burchill versus Gangrel. But first, we gotta plug, Ghost, the new hard-to-find Bubblicious flavor. Huh? Huh? So yes, let's discuss a little bit about what's going on. First, we'll start off with this week's episode with Bill DeMott. For those of you who don't know who Bill DeMott, or those of you who do know who he is, he was a former WCW WWE superstar. He worked a little bit in the HWA as a talent, and then he went on to be a trainer in Deep South, FCW, and was the head trainer when NXT launched. So it was a very good perspective from him on all the different developmental territories. And, all the different developmental territories, and then running one himself with NXT. So check it out. It's doing pretty good right now. I figured, most people will have an opinion, and that everybody has the right to their opinion. But check out the episode nonetheless. No, neighbor's not stealing. The children are sitting right here. The developmentally speaking household is upgrading on some things, and they're on some patio furniture, playing their Switches because they like being right here beside me. No. Actually, a lot going on, developmentally speaking. I filled out some paperwork. I'll start looking to purchase my first home this summer. So there'll be a new studio. That, as you can tell, the lighting's a little differently. The camera's a little more clear. Done some upgrades in here. Got this brand new fancy desk. These lights are popping, so it's working good. So there's a lot going on. AEW finally had some contacts, so might be seeing some AEW content coming soon. Got an credential form for some upcoming AEW events, and we'll see which ones I can attend and or apply to going forward. But yes, the Ripper Paul Burchill has not done a convention appearance since 2010, so 13 years. And Paul's doing this convention. We've been in communication since the interview we did earlier this year, I think, or maybe earlier this year, I do believe. And we were going to try to make some things work for Squared Circle, but we couldn't do it. He was out of town. And so decided to do Chillicothe. And it was actually his idea to step back into the ring, which is pretty cool. Paul Burchill was very underutilized in the WWE, and it'll be nice to see what the Ripper's got left in the tank here as he takes on the Vampire Warrior Gangrel. Now this, in my opinion, will be a good match. Gangrel can still go. He's a tremendous talent, and so is Paul, and it's going to be nice to see the Ripper return. I know a lot of people were asking if we were going to get the Pirate or the Ripper. The Ripper is returning. Let me see what else is going on here. Still looking to do some more conventions. We'll be making a little road trip to acquire another developmental territory here soon. Really looking forward to that. Finalized conversations for it last night. So more exclusive footage never before seen. What else? Next week's episode of Developmentally Speaking, if I am correct, I do believe is Bull Buchanan. Yes, it is Bull. Bull Buchanan next week. Bull doesn't do too many podcasts, so it was nice to jump through some hoops to locate Bull Buchanan and get him on the show here. Can you stop screaming? Woo!
I'm not doing that.
I know, it's your brother. He's the wild one. Sorry. No, but Bull Buchanan will be on the show on Monday. And, yes. Okay. Set up some more interviews this week. I'll be recording the next 4 days. So, lots of new talent and new interviews coming. And, let me think here. Gonna try to get more female talent on as well. It's that's been the struggle, you know. But sometimes when people leave professional wrestling, that's it. They're done. They don't want to talk about it. I can respect that. So we will be. There's going to be a lot more content coming. It's growing at a very fast rate. You know, our subs are over 1,200 now. That's amazing. You know, going into, you know, the turning point was the WrestleMania trip. You know, I knew that I had to it was make or break moment there. And I know that a lot of people thought it was going to be a bust or whatever, but no. It's proven, you know, doubled the amount of subs in less than 60 days. So the formula is working. The content I'm going to keep trying to pump out and develop more. More exclusive interviews. Now, still setting up. The summer is going to be a lot of filming. There is some interviews coming that they haven't never done in a podcast appearance. They haven't been seen in since the early 2000s. You're going to see more legends, more trainers, more people you haven't seen in a very, very long time. What are you doing? Okay. But no, it's growing at a very rapid pace, and I couldn't be happier. And I thank you all for all the love, the support. You know, you're allowing me to live my dream and helping people. Say hi.
Hi.
Can't see you. Say hi to the world.
Wait, I can't see. Can't see me.
Right there you can.
Hi, teacher.
Love you.
Stop, teacher! Do not stick.
That's my baby. No, so a lot more talent. I've tossed around the ideas of even doing seasons anymore, if it's just a continuous run. I feel like doing a season breaks it apart and gives it more of a definition. So I will start filming season 7 very, very soon, within the next 2 weeks. So if there is a talent that you're wanting on this show, send me a message. Let me know. I've tried to get everybody that you guys have asked for and more. And with connecting through wrestling, there'll be a lot more involvement with that. If things progress, with AEW, I feel like most of the AEW interviews will be through connecting, and we'll go from there. A lot more. Let me see who else. Oh, I had conversations the last convention that I went to, and there'll be a lot more talent coming on. And with what Paul Burchill returning to the ring for the first time since 2018, he did a one-off in 2018 for OVW. But really, he's had a handful of matches since 2010, and I want to say they were earlier, closer to 2010 than here, because he lives a whole different life now, and he's very successful at what he's doing now, and I'm very honored to work with Paul. So I'll get Paul back on here. We'll talk more about his return to the ring and why he chose to return, and working with Developmentally Speaking, and maybe there should be more involvement with Developmentally Speaking at wrestling shows. I digress. I don't know. Lots of things on the table right now. Mark Jindrak's training for a return. Paul Burchill's making a return. There's a couple other guys that we haven't done that I have not released interviews yet. So maybe I should dabble in this a little bit. I've always the conventions thing. I've done them for the last since Developmentally Speaking has started, but I've always worked with Rip and Romer. But working with Paul will be fun. Working with Paul will be different. It'll be. I feel like a lot more people are excited to come see Paul, because he hasn't made an appearance in 13 years. He's not at a convention in 13 years. He's not wrestled in 5. Paul versus Gangrel it'll be a match that'll be amazing. I really feel like those two styles clashing will put on one hell of a performance. Well, I have to do some interviews tonight. So if nobody else has any other questions, I think I'm going to get off here for now. But if you haven't checked out the Build the Mod episode, check it out. We're almost at 100 views. Please do. Check out the Wrestling Inc. news article for Paul. I think that's it, right? Did I cover everything? I like being... Lord Almighty. I like the new setup here. I like the lighting. I still like Pale as a Ghost. But thank you all for allowing me to live my dream. I know I say this every time we get on, but it's getting closer and closer to this being able to be my job. And that's all because of you all. Please continue to support the brand, share the channel, view the videos. If there's a convention in your area, let me know. I'll make the trip out, bring some talent that you may not have seen in a very long time, and continue to grow this brand. Thank you all. And everybody,